Name of the game here is to catch a bait. I'm going to take that bait out to catch a kingfish, and from that kingfish we're going to do prime sashimi, we're going to do tataki, we're going to do barbecued kingfish wing, we're going to prep for smoking, and we're going to do kingfish skin crackle. It's honestly like crunchy anchovies. Beautiful. So enjoy this episode and check out the hundreds more episodes of all kinds of fishing that we've done, and they're all available to you on Ultimate Fishing TV to watch for free, thanks to our mates at ITM. Back to the car park. Like most other things in nature, fishing is seasonal. And yes, there's fish you can catch all year round, but there's certain times of the year that they are in their absolute prime. And right now, as we're coming out of winter, not quite into spring, the kingfish are absolutely amazing. They've got this incredible intermuscular fat, and I reckon the sashimi at this time of year, when you get them well fed, rivals bluefin tuna. It's incredible. Name of the game here is to catch a bait. I'm going to take that bait out to catch a kingfish, and from that kingfish we're going to do prime sashimi, we're going to do tataki, we're going to do barbecued kingfish wing, we're going to prep for smoking, and we're going to do kingfish skin crackle. But of course first I've got to catch my bait, the most elusive bait, the blue koheru. Oh, please be a blue, please be a blue, please be a blue and get in the boat. Please be a blue and get in the boat. It's a blue, and yes! Yes, sir! Oh, I'm pumped, live bait came up. Yeah, boy! Ah, we're in with a show. I was just grizzling to the cameraman. It's the worst moon, it's cold, there's no tidal flow, but whenever you got these, you've got hope, baby. And they're actually good sashimi in their own right. Yes, sir. Here we go, baby. Let's go, baby. Stay on there, boy. Yes, sir. Yes. There we go. You beauty. Come on, baby. Stay on there, buddy. The blue koheru. Some of the happiest days of my life have started off catching those things. Here we go. Here, come on, baby. Get in the bowl, baby. Yeah, boy. This awesome little micro jig is a Shimano saw. Here he goes. Holy. Right. With that, I'm going to take. Oh, just such a good way to start the morning, isn't it? Put out, catch some of these guys, gets the juices flowing, gets the mojo flowing. And we're out to catch what I'm hoping will be a prime condition kingfish. Let's go. So this time of the year, the kingfish quite often just will vanish, and so they're moving out deep to spawn. So I'm looking for a little bit warmer water, but unfortunately it's getting colder on the gauge. So looking for warmer water and a bit more bait fish. I'm going to move out as deep as 140 meters out here. 122 meters of water here, which may seem deep, but I've caught kingfish out to 220 meters. Oh, I'm just salivating at the thought of that sashimi. I'm not sure if that's good juju, tasting a fish before you've caught it, but it's definitely the motivator that's got me out here. I've got 100 other things to be doing today. But look at the weather. Got to be here, right? He doesn't want to go down. That's because, oh, here we go. There's a school of kingfish down there. He was lifting the sinker up. See it? See how the line's slack? Here we go, we're bit. Here we go, he's been eaten. Live, he's been eaten. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, buddy. How deep boy, is he gonna get the ground? Oh shit. Oh shit. More drag. Can't get a wind. Man, these things can scrap at the best of times. He's in good nick, this fish, obviously. I just want him in the boat. Just on the way out here, we drove over so many schools of snapper, but I've just stayed focused, true to the cause. Kingfish, because they are the ones that are in this primo season. And funnily enough, they're quite hard to catch at this time of year when they're in good condition. And I think that's because they're gathering up for spawn. And they also put on good condition when there's a good supply of food. And at the moment, there's a good supply of squid around. And that's why we're out here a little bit deeper, because this is where the squid have been, and this is also in the region where they spawn. And here he comes. I'll make the kingfish now. I just hope that he's in good condition, because you would have seen me before. I'm very selective with the fish that we keep, and I don't want, oh yeah, that's fatty. He's a fatty. Bring him in the boat and make that final call once he's in the boat here, whether he's a keeper or one I'm going to let go. But right at the moment, he's looking very, very much like it's one I'm going to keep. Easy. I'm looking for that depth through the body, and I'm looking for nice bright white when they're in good condition, and there's a little bulge down there by the anal fin. It's an eater. Not too big. As you'll know, I like to let those bigger breeding fish go. We are one and done. Kia ora tangaroa. That stunned him. Next part of this operation is the spike to the brain, also known as the iki. Iki, Japanese word. Kill is another word for it. So he's dead now, but there's still other parts of the process to make sure that this fish stays pristine, particularly for sashimi. So one of the things I want to do if I'm going to use sashimi is get a lot of that blood out of it. So I'm just going to nick the gill rakers, and I'm just going to let them hang over the side and bleed out for a bit. Okay, now of course we don't want them going anywhere. Well, the fish, as we know, is dead now, but that heart will still be having pressure on it. So as soon as possible, we want to just nick the main artery coming out of the heart there. Blood to start, there you go, here it comes. Right, and I'm just going to let that hang in the water there. Get the tail up, because gravity will actually help, so I don't let it actually lay flat and float in the water. One of the things you've got to be very aware of when you're doing this, if you're bleeding them out, you can see that blood in the water there. Sharks, of course, so you've got to keep an eye on that. And meanwhile, I'm going to get ready for the next phase of the operation, which is shinkei, and that is the process of threading a wire, specifically this piece of wire here, up inside the spine to stop all of those nerves tensing the flesh. Yes, this fish is already going to be excellent eating, we know that, but what I want to show you is how to make the absolute best of a fish. And because, hey, if we can utilize the whole fish and we can make it as good as possible, it means we take less out of the ocean overall. In order for me to get this bit of wire up inside the spine, we need to get to the top end of the spine. And the way I'm going to do that is, there's a section here. If I cut down, now what I'm trying to do here is expose the spine. You can see the fluid coming out of the spine. I know I'm in the right spot there. Using my shinkei tool, gets me into the spine. There you go, I'm feeding that wire up inside. And what that's doing is it goes up inside the kingfish. It's severing all the nerves that are firing out impulses from the spine, and it's killing them dead. And already there I can feel that fish, all the flesh relaxing, and that's probably what, within a minute of it coming out of the water, not only has it been killed instantly, it's been bled out, and now all of those nerve endings have been severed. The next thing I've got to do is get this thing on ice so it gets home in pristine condition. We're one step closer to sashimi time, and all of those other things. The barbecued kingfish, the kingfish skin chips, and the tataki. All amazing things we can do with kingfish. Oh, and raw fish. I might have even forgot to mention that at the start. There's a whole lot of delicious eating out of this one fish, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. In there, in the bin. See, perfect size for the bin. Get some ice onto it, and there we go. That's what you call one and done. Well, at least the catching part of it's done. Next phase is to make sure that this gets processed beautifully, and then I'm going to take you through all the aforementioned recipes, and we're going to see all the amazing things you can do with a kingfish when it is in prime late winter, early spring condition. Right, the next phase of the operation. So this kingfish, well, it's still only been about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes max, since it was alive. And it's still got the guts and gills in, but before I take the guts and gills out, there's an important job. And the tools that I need are right here, fish scalers. So I've got a big fish scaler and a little wee fine fish scaler. Now, whenever you see someone scaling fish, you know that they're really caring for the fish, because if you take the scales off, it means you get more utilization out of the fish. So I like to do that down by the shore, because if you're whipping scales off of a fish on your bench, scales get everywhere. Now I'm taking particular care around the belly and the wing, because you're going to see what we do with the belly and wing later on. And while talking about the fat content, if you can keep the skin on, you get to retain all of that oily goodness. That's the bulk stuff done, and then we get this little scaler. I got this when I was in Japan, and it is amazing for getting scales off in and around even these hard areas like the head, because yes, no surprises, we eat the head too. When I mentioned before I haven't gutted and gilled this, trying to scale a fish when it's been cut open to be gut and gilled is a whole lot harder. It's a whole lot easier to do before you've gutted the fish. But scales off. Now we just whip the guts and gills out. Nothing special here, other than I'm trying not to stab that knife down and break all that nastiness in the gut cavity open. It gets a little bit hard just when we get to the breast there. You can go around it. However, because we're going to be using these wings, I like to go through it. Split it right up the middle. We follow the gills around, and then we cut through that gill latch, and then we flip it over. Do the same on the other side. Just cut the membrane around. Then right up at the top, we're literally just separating the gills from the spine. And then once that membrane's been completely severed, we follow it down along the gut, cutting either side of the membrane that's holding all the guts together. And then as we lift the gills up and separate them from the fish, all going well, all the guts and gills, as you can see here, are coming out as one nice piece. Oh yes! Oh, I wasn't bloody keeping an eye out because I hardly ever see kingfish roe. Look at that! Gold bars. They're not the biggest, but nonetheless, that is good food right there. We have roe. Right, I'll get rid of that. Get rid of the guts and gills. So that's all the guts gone. And we have the perfect wash down right here, as in the ocean. And given I'm going to be doing a smoke up, I can smoke those roes. Delicious. I have nicked the side of it. That doesn't really matter. It's not ideal, but it doesn't matter. But there it is. Kingfish caviar, kingfish roe. That is going in the smoker. Right, last thing I've got to do before I pack this fish away on ice to set is just give it a final clean. That's the beauty of being right here by the ocean. I'm not just getting the sand off, but I'm using the knife here to get the last little bits of blood away from the backbone. And once that's been loosened up, I'll give it a scrub. Because the cleaner we get the fish, the more of it we can use. And it's all the good bits that we can use as well. Clean. Rightio. Now, before I start cutting a fish, I really like it to be set. So I've got my ice in the bin, so we've started the chilling process, but it's not nearly ready, chilled right through to the core. So when I put it in the bin this time, I've got a few bags of salted ice here, and I'm getting plenty of ice right up inside the cavity. I'm gonna pack that full, the inside of that gut, so it's chilling from the inside out, and then I'm covering it in ice, so it's also gonna chill from the outside in. Right, so there we go, rows out, packed full of ice, and I want to leave it in there for a bit to set. Really a minimum of 2 or 3 hours, and anything up to 24 hours, even longer on salted ice. The more set it is, the better it is to handle the flesh. So I'll just shoot up the house, clean the boat up, and we've got time for a cup of tea while we're waiting for that kingfish to set. So there you have the how to catch, care for and clean up steps. And remember, we've got loads more detailed videos on Ultimate Fishing TV on how you can get tips on catching kingfish. Just like that, we're home. But next up, we're getting on to the filleting stage and how to get maximum yield from this fish. But just through bleeding it and shinkei jime, virtually no dark meat in the middle there, which gives us more edible meat. And these are tricks that can be used on most fish varieties. My main thing out of this is I want to show people just how easy it is to utilize this, the best part of the fish. And then we prepare this fish in 5 different ways and easy to follow simple recipes that can be used on all kinds of fish. And yes, they all taste as good as they look. Break a little bit of that off. The oil in that belly is honestly unbelievable. Thanks for tuning into this episode of ITM Fishing. Part 2 is not far away, but in the meantime, feel free to check out the hundreds of other episodes we have on this channel. Also, drop us a note in the comments if you've got anything else you'd like to see us film. And please subscribe because it helps us make more free fishing content for you. That is amazing. No one ever throw that away, that bit of the fish. It is the best part.